Let's talk about the FNaf situation. What has FNaf become? Recently, it's been a lot of controversy with the newer games, and I just have a couple of opinions to share. First of all, I want to say I love FNaf, and I I just remember watching Markiplier like when I was maybe 10, and just seeing him getting scared for the first time playing Final Fantasy Freddy's 1, and like I immediately loved the game and the concept and everything about it. And this video is completely unscripted. I just feel like I wanted to get my opinion out there, and I will see if I have to take a retake because I'm probably gonna swamble blah 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 and there's so much I wanna say, but let's just get to the point. Like, I think what I'm trying to get is, I think the FNAF universe has gotten too unrealistic. Now you might say, well, actually, the FNAF was never realistic. Kill children possessing robots isn't realistic at all. Well, yeah, that's not what I mean. FNAF is supposed to be almost realistic. It's supposed to play on people's memories, tickle the brain, like close enough to reality, but still something new, a twist on it. And now my holy shit, people are, I don't know what we call it in English. Anyways, so I think out of the first 4 games, absolute cinema. Some things I could think could be other, and they could have been a bit better some parts, but like the story, which is mostly what people are in it for. Most people don't even play the games. I have only played FNAF 1 and a bit of Help Wanted because it's too scary. Like FNAF Help Wanted, dude, I shit my pants every time I try to play that thing. Holy shit. Back to the point. But then Sister Location. The robots are way too advanced for their era. Like, even robots being able to walk around, that's not normal. That wasn't happening. Like, this is supposed to be Chuck E. Cheese. Now, I have never been to Chuck E. Cheese because, first of all, I'm way too young for it. I was never around when it was a thing, and also I live in Sweden, so there's no Chuck E. Cheese here. Get to the point. It, like, the story, this remnant stuff, I mean, fine. Sister Location kind of trailed off a bit, and the seriousness, like, it got too streamlined. The first FNAF, you weren't experiencing a story. You weren't the main character. You were just there to witness something that had gone wrong. There were clues of something terrible. Something was clearly wrong, but you just observed. You were not a part of it. You were trying to figure out something that had already happened. In Sister Location, you're going in there. You're doing the stuff. I liked when it was more like the aesthetic of FNAF 1. Nothing beats that. Like, it's not a lot of it's not a lot of lore. Like, people had to put the pieces together. I liked the minigames later in the games, and how it told a story in a poetic kind of way, just barely scratching. People had to fill in the gaps. Now, coming to Security Breach, there's basically, like, I watched a bunch of it when Markiplier first played it, and like, I didn't get any lore from that. You barely understood what was going on. Then I watched some kind of MatPat video, and there was like clues, but the clues were always in some kind of a joke or not so serious, and the whole thing like wasn't explained, and it's like in the future, and it's so far from reality. It's not this small pizza area where like this weird something has gone wrong. It's like just this massive thing, and it's not tickling your brain, if you know what I mean. Like, I think what they got from that, like, yeah, okay, so Freddy's like Michael Afton or something, and Gregory is a reincarnated robot of the crying child, and you can use a his William Afton's wife. Oh no, she went around killing even more people, and the remnant man, you collect it and you pour it into people to get more lives and blah. Like, it's just, I think the lore is okay, but for a more unrealistic FNAF. And I think, now here's the point. I probably gonna say this. I should have said it earlier. I want the newer games to be another canon. It shouldn't be, not another canon, it should be a different universe. It should not be canon, not the first 4 games, or maybe 6 games, like the first 4 games, Absolute Cinema, Sister Location, the FNAF 6 could have been a bit better, could have innovated a bit, could have been just a little better, but it was still like, it kept to some extent the real world. But like the Mimic, these enormous flipping animatronics, like, this is the 1970s, these should not be around. Okay, so we've gone through my main point. They shouldn't be canon. Let's see. Okay, going back to Security Breach and the Mimic, there's not a lot of lore you actually get to take. Like, there's so much going on in those games, you don't focus on the lore. Like, this is so confusing if anybody's watching this, probably, but my point is, they didn't really give any lore. Like, people have speculated, but there's so little information, there's so little focus on lore. Like, there's, okay, so there's some stuff, but it's just, the lore that's there is so groundly, and there's not an initiative. They don't try to make the player dig down for more lore. They give some lore very easily, and then like maybe hint slightly at something else. Oh, by the way, and this power is 93. Pretty cool, you know. 93 is pretty cool number. Okay. So the Mimic, same thing. I think the Mimic is definitely an improvement over Security Breach, although in terms of scariness, which is mostly what I've been focusing on recently. But if you perhaps take a look at the lore-wise, it's basically Poppy Playtime, and Poppy Playtime in its own right is a banger of a game. I love that series, but this is FNAF. It's supposed to be more realistic, more closer to our timeline, not a giant robot. Like, it's so far from our reality. It's like this huge factory with all these kinds of stuff, and nothing fits together, and it's like so unserious, and it's not FNAF. I came into the FNAF community pretty in the middle of between Security Breach and the newer fans and the old fans, so don't get me wrong, I can appreciate the newer games, but like Markiplier said, he said it's like trying that candy from when you were young, but when you're older and you realize they changed the recipe, something like that, he said, and I think that describes it very well. It's not like the older games. I don't get the same feeling, and I think they should make the newer games not canon, something else, and I think they should make a remake. They already have so many different universes. They can make a remake, a good timeline. Like, take the first game, remake it, maybe add some stuff from, like, maybe have the puppet. I saw this guy who said, who showed like something, he said how he would have made the FNAF 1 if he had made it from the start, like with all the lore that we have. And I think that could really do something, having the series be rebooted and really taking its time thinking through, like going back to having Scott Cawthon go back and thinking how he did the things from the start, or maybe make another line of movies, because really the movies weren't that scary. They were awkward. Like the first movie, when Chica, that scene where she just awkwardly goes down to put the cupcakes in the vent, like it's so obvious it's a human inside. Like the animatronics are like, when they glitch in the game, like go like there's something obviously wrong. They're cursed. You can see that, and they're not killer robots like in the Mimic. They're haunted animatronics from that's something that's gone terribly wrong. They're haunted animatronics, not killer robots, and like there's something eerie to it. I think that describes it very well, and I just think that it has so much potential. And like, this is not a AAA game. We have Scott Cawthon. He can, if he wants to, he can remake it. He can make whatever he wants, canon or whatever. And I think the community could take it really well. FNAF is a very toxic community, but I think it still has potential. So anyways, this was just a big rant. I don't know if people are gonna watch this. It's kind of messy. If people watch this, I might make a more clear with like a script or something. I'll probably actually make some FNAF content just because I like FNAF, you know, and there's this new movie coming out. I'm really excited for it. I have my hopes up. I hope they do something good, and I hope they actually try to make it scary, and like the target audience should be a bit higher, like kids. It shouldn't be like Rainbow Friends from Roblox, like the first game like this. Like it's not supposed to. It's not like Security Breach with these cartoony. It has become too cartoony. I think the movie should focus on scariness, like something has gone wrong. Like The Bite of 83, that new series, absolute banger. How William talked, how William acted, like the way he has no the way William Afton was portrayed. Oh, okay, I'm too tired. Anyways, how he was acted in that series, like how he talked, that is how he should have been, not this goofy uncle that he was in the FNAF movie. Anyways, this is just my take on the FNAF situation. I'll make some FNAF content, as I said. I hope you like this video. This is just a raw take on how I think the FNAF situation has become recently. Bye. Watch my other videos. I have like 2 views each. It would be really fun if I could have somebody watch them. Bye.